This is the latest Singapore savings bond rates. For the first year, you'll be getting 2.83% and it escalates all the way until the 10th year whereby you get 3.15%. On average, this will be a 2.97% rate of return for you if you keep the entire 10 years. My quick word is this is actually a very good offer. I'll share a bit more with you in today's episode. Not just that, I'll also be sharing with you where you can actually park your monies. So as always, continue watching. Hi guys, welcome back. Let me just share with you the latest FD rates. And quite a bit of shocker, a few of them have cut rates already. I don't even know it or not. The first is actually from DBS. You know, DBS has this online fixed deposit whereby it's so simple to park $19,999 and I've actually done so for my own father. Simply log on online and you can place that. But what I realized is as of 16th of February, which is today, Sunday, they have actually cut this rate from 3.2 to 2.45% only. A massive 0.75% cut. So you got a hint, I'm filming this on Sunday, taking my precious time. So as always, kindly smash the like button. It helps us reach a bigger audience together. And my goal is to share more on financial literacy and proper investing through this channel. So thank you very much for the support. And for that, let me share with you more savings ideas. The best one currently could still be UOB One account. There are certain hurdles to cross, such as minimum spending as well as salary crediting, and you can get 3% interest for your first 75,000. If you can keep 150,000, you get an effective 4% rate of return. 4% is fantastic, but I fully expect this rate to be cut sooner than later. So don't put all your hopes over there. And take note again, this fills up to 150,000 only. If you have bigger amounts, I think the best account that what I hear from private clients is this OCBC Premier Dividend Plus Savings Account. It gives 2.95% if you deposit 3,000 per month and make no withdrawals. This account is very different because it has no limits. You can chuck in big amounts if you happen to have. And if you still have big amounts, then of course, T-bills would be an option. I put up this chart to show you the latest 6-month T-bill rate, and what do we know? The latest one in February has inched down to 2.9%. A 2-year low, considering previously in 2023, you could fetch 4+%. This is trending down very rapidly, and that's why news articles have even been suggesting, sorry T-bills, it's time to start looking elsewhere for yields. Analysts are suggesting S-REITs to be a potential place that benefits. But as of this time of filming, S-REITs are still coming down. So for short-term investors, I think S-REITs wouldn't sound very nice. But for patient long-term investors, you are positioning right now at very good yields because many blue chip REITs even pay 5-6% already. But REIT prices can change. If you cannot take volatility, then my best suggestion next would be Chocolate Finance. They have also reduced their rates to 3.3% already for first 20,000. And for the next 30,000, you get 3% per annum. This again is accurate as of February 16, and the guarantee is by Chocolate Finance. But as interest rates trend down, do expect this to also be reduced. But as of now, 3.3% guarantee is possibly the best. If you're looking for Chocolate Finance, look for my referral codes below. I'm a user of the platform also, and as you can see, you can freely withdraw monies out. I've withdrawn 7,000 because I made stock purchases. Not revealing it to you right now what it is, but as always, if you're keen to find out, smash the subscribe. We'll be sharing with you more in a future episode. Again, Chocolate Finance is good for the first 50,000. 3.3% or 3% is not SDIC guaranteed, but guaranteed by them. For private clients, I've been parking some of their idling cash into short-term bonds. One reputable one is Nikko AM Shenton short-term bond. I think if interest rates trend downwards, this could be still a good place to be sheltered in. This again is not guaranteed, and as you can see, there's a little bit of volatility, and as always, not investment advice. So this would round up the entire chapter on FD rates dropping. I'll next address to you what is happening on the macro environment so that you're a bit more aware of what to expect in the year ahead. Let me start by showing you this chart over here. I've covered on this before, which is actually the yield inversion curve. This curve measures the 10-year US Treasury rate minus the 2-year US Treasury rate. And this curve typically is positive because when you lend money longer, you expect a higher rate of return, correct? But there's a surprising thing that happened in 2022. This yield curve became inverted. When you park monies for a short period, you get more interest rate than a longer term depositor. This yield inversion was a record 2 years, and very recently in end of 2024, it turned back up positive as it should be. It's now positive not because the long-term rate is not dropping. We are now entering a phase whereby the short-term rate is dropping faster than the long-term rate. Both are dropping, but the short-term rate is really coming down fast. That's why I've done tutorials before on buying Singapore savings bonds. If you have also bought one last year, you would have been guaranteed 3.33% for 10 years, regardless of what happens in the interest rate environment. Back then, T-bill rates were better, but as you can see, the T-bill rate at 3.7% couldn't last. And to show you long-term Singapore interest rates, the 10-year yield curve would give you the overall direction. As of now, the 10-year yield is at 2.85% only. And this indicates that next month's issue of Singapore savings bond, which is the April 2025 one, would likely be lower than this. So what you're getting right now when you log the iBanking for the March one is really good. So I would definitely encourage you, if you're looking for a place to park for interest, its 1 year rate is even better than 1 year fixed deposit already. And SSB is fully liquid and backed by Singapore government. I have further tips for you also. This is a historical rate chart of Singapore savings bonds. If you happen to hold older issues from 2019 to 2022, I would suggest for you to go and look at what's the interest rate, because you could be getting a very low rate. It's something I see very often with my private clients also, and I do advise them to recycle it, which means to sell the old one and to buy the new one. And when you sell, you will get all the accrued interest. Clicking today, it will only come out next month, so do note on the timeline. And the closing date for selling is 25th February, 9 PM. It will come out on 3rd of March by the end of the day. Then what you do is you can actually apply right away in February before the cutoff date. And from the FAQ, it's confirmed that you can sell and buy within the same month. The max you can buy is 200,000 per person, and based on recent allocation, I think there's still a good chance that you can get full allocation. I'll put up this to show the various timelines and closing dates. Pointed in orange arrows are the closing dates for application, and pointed in red are the issuance dates. As always, if you have questions, leave them in the comment sections. I'll try my best to help. And with that, I'll also do a quick shout out for my upcoming CPF Retirement Summit. We've sold more than 80% of tickets already, even though we're hosting it end of March. That is why I'm also opening a second date, which is on 12th of April. Just in case you can't secure the first date, at least right now you have a place to get all your CPF questions answered. I will be covering whether you should top up to enhance retirement sum, or whether you should even draw out some CPF to buy Singapore savings bonds or not. I'll also be sharing with you where to park and where to invest your monies in 2025. Check out with the links below, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much, and let me refer to this previous video I have, which has some tips on CPF Life. Signing off from here, goodbye.